Hello everyone, welcome back to the Quarantine Streams. I am of course M4J and today we're back in Football Manager. It's been an interesting season so far actually, this one. Let me just grab my drink from my shelf and I'll be able to tell you why. So basically we're half a season behind everyone else. If you look at the league table and see how many matches everyone has played, and then you look at how many matches we've played, the average, I think us and Stotfold have played 5 matches, and then everyone else, Oxy Jets have only played 5 as well. But everyone else, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alzi have played 11 matches. They've played nearly twice as many games as us. We're currently 8th in the table, 11 points after 5 games. 3 wins and 2 draws. Top is Biggleswade on 21 points, after 9 games. 6 wins and 3 draws. So if we win our 4 games in hand, that's 12 points. That will put us 2 points ahead of Biggleswade, which is what the plan is for today. In terms of competitions, we're in the first round of the FA Vars against Holker OB. So if you don't know what the FA Vars is, the FA Cup is kind of the pinnacle of English football. Runs every year. Then below that you have the FA Trophy, which I think is the highest league you can be in to be in the FA Trophy is the National League. And I think the lowest is level 8. And we're currently in level 9. So I think that's why we're in the FA Vars. So the FA Vars is all below that, essentially. So we're in the first round of that. We lost in the second qualifying round of the FA Cup versus Stalybridge. That was literally the game I played before I started recording this, actually. I'll show you the schedule in just a second. Then we're in the second round of the Spartan South Midlands League Challenge Trophy, and we're also in the first round of the Spartan South Midlands Premier League Division Cup. There are lots of cup competitions at this level of football. You will be amazed at how many cup competitions there actually are. A lot of them are sort of interleague, or intra-league, I should say. So it's all teams. So like, for example, this competition here is one of these competitions. I think it is this one. Is just teams in this league. We're playing Harpenden. Yeah, they're there. So you do get quite a lot of those, and it's a chance to win silverware, because obviously you're not going to win the FA Cup, and very, very rarely are you going to get far in the FA Trophy or the FA Vars. So these other trophies, they're kind of set up to give these teams a chance to win silverware other than the league title. So let's go into the schedule. You can see I had a pretty long pre-season. I had quite a few defeats, but if you look at who I lost against, I beat Telford 4-1. I was really surprised by that. I also beat Harbour 4-1. I beat Basingstoke 4-1, and then I won 1-0 against Aldershot, and 3 draws, 1 all against Bromley, Billericay, very happy with those 2 draws given where those teams are, and Ebbsfleet, also very happy with that one. And then we lost 3-0 to Newport County, which wasn't too bad, 3-0 to Wealdstone, which was okay, 4-0 defeat to Dulwich, that was a bit annoying, 2-1 defeat to Dartford, who scored in that game? Herbert, and then a 3-2 defeat to Havant and Waterlooville. 2 goals from my new striker, who I'll introduce you to in just a second. And then, immediately, look, we had league game, cup game, league, cup, league, and then 4 cup games in a row. And then we've got 2 league matches, then another cup game, then a league match, then another cup game. Then finally, we have 4 league matches in a row. But even then, this could be interrupted if we win one of these 2 cup games here. There's quite a lot of cups to play in this season. In terms of the squad, we have a few new additions. I'll tell you the big names in just a second. In terms of the smaller names, we got Faizu Sungari, who's a striker. Good stats, can also play left wing, although I think I'm only really going to play him as a striker. 18 years old, very good dribbling, finishing and first touch stats, look at that, and increasing, which is awesome. Good technique as well. His passing is turd, but his off the ball is good, so swings and roundabouts, good work rate. He's not the paciest, and he's not the most, he hasn't got the best stamina, but he's quite strong, so he's quite good to have in and around the team. Just over 6 foot, just over 80 kilos, not bad at all. And I think that's... we got Jack Hodnett as well, who is probably one of the most versatile players I've seen so far in this save. He's no genius in any position, apart from, I suppose, central midfield he's okay. But he's an alright left winger, he can play centre-back, and he can play right-back. And that's basically... full-back and winger is something that you want to have at this level. Someone who can just slot between the lines, particularly when you change your formation towards the end of the game. You want someone who can adapt to that very, very quickly. We signed him from Wolves. He was released at the end of last season, so we brought him in on a free transfer. I think he's a pretty decent player, and hopefully we can develop his skills a little bit more. Now for the big names. So Jamie Fielding was the first one we brought in. I needed a new centre-back anyway, because I'm trying to remember who left now. Somebody left at the end of last season, and I wanted to replace them. So I had a quick look at Fielding. I had a look at some other candidates as well. I didn't think Fielding would be interested. In fact, I think in the last Football Manager video I tried to sign him and he's just said no. But I managed to get him in on trial, and I thought, I wonder if. So I offered him a deal and he accepted it. So he is sort of my first choice right centre back, apart from the fact that he tried to kill a man a couple of games ago. I'll show you that in the highlights in just a second. And if that wasn't bad enough, Charlie Carter has joined. Now this was a real coup for us. This was a real coup. Joined from Stevenage. He played 33 times for them in the National League last season. Didn't score a goal. Joined us. He has played for us, not in the league yet, but he has played for us in the Cup. And he also tried to kill a man. But if you look at his stats, where's he gone? He's currently suspended for 3 games because of his red card. But if you look at his stats, his dribbling is good. His finishing is okay. Heading is bloody good. I mean, I've seen him in real life, obviously playing for Stevenage. He's got very good heading stats. Passing, also good. Off the ball, determination, anticipation. Where's his aggression? Aggression at only 8. I'll show you the challenge again in a second. You'll see why I'm surprised by that. Pace 12, good. Agility and acceleration, both 11. And apart from Vincent, he's our best centre midfielder by a long, long shot. So I'm very, very happy with that too. I think that's it for the newbies. I think everyone else... Oh, I signed Jamie Jealous as well, also from Stevenage. He was a free transfer. He was my cam until Carter came in. He is my cam now because Carter did what he did. He's a good player. He won't be around for long, I'm sure, but he's a good player to have. I've also promoted Josh Mead, like I said I would, into the first team. He's played pretty much every game since he was promoted. Steve Booth, who was a player I signed during the summer from Steve... Did I sign him from Stevenage, actually? Or was he one of my own? He was one of my own. So he plays right wing. He's technically a striker, but he's been retrained in the winger position. And then we got Ashley Cox on the left-hand side, who actually scored his first goal for us quite recently. 3 games in the league, no goals there, but he scored for us in the Cup. So I'm really, really happy for him there too. And I think that is everyone in terms of the new signings. So if I show you those 2 red cards very quickly, because one of them, I mean both of them really, I shouldn't find them funny, but they were both hilarious. So this was Carter's one. Let's play this. We won this game 5-1 against Brimsdown. But actually the goal... Let's just have key highlights, please. The goals were very, very good, actually. So I wanted to show you these goals as well. But the red card was just ludicrous. What was he thinking? That's the question on my mind. When was he sent off? 30th minute. So we hadn't even scored when he got sent off. This is Cox going through on goal. He's very quick, actually. Surprisingly quick. Very good at evading challenges as well. So I'm very happy with that. Booth with the corner. Great header there from Mead. Even though he fouled his man in the build-up. There's a good cross there from their winger. Well cleared. Jones on the ball now. We're still making early substitutions with the match plan. And I almost feel like I need to weaken my bench in order to stop this from happening. Because obviously Cox and Booth aren't as good as Jones and Pament. But I really only want those subs to be made for tactical reasons later on in the game. So I'm not a huge fan of the fact that we make those subs very early on, because it means if there's any injuries later on in the game, you're pretty much down to 10 men. That was a good play there from Jones. Right, this is Carter's red card. Look at that. What is that? What is he doing? And he actually has the gall to argue with the referee. That is a straight red. Any day of the week, that is a straight red. Both feet off the floor. Just awful challenge. This is the first goal. Vincent with the free kick. Could have easily gone in on another day, but Wara was there to pounce on the rebound. Wara only in the starting lineup because Fielding was suspended. My centre backs this season are actually Boland and Fielding. And they've both been doing very, very well. And do you know what? I think I'll leave this match here at this point. Where's my cursor? So that was that match. And then just a couple of games before that one, which was... In fact, was it the match before? No. Yeah, this match, Fielding got himself sent off for doing something very, very similar. So we had to come from 1-0 down to draw with Broadfields here. And this was a really bad result for me, in all honesty. No disrespect to Broadfields, but going down to 10 men really cost us the game. This was a good free kick from Vincent. Very nice save from their goalkeeper. By the way, very, very nice save from their goalkeeper. And then Cox with the corner. Well cleared. Out to Boland. Knocks it back to Cox. Blocked cross. That's the end of that move. Vincent again with the free kick. Good header from Boland just over the top. Again, very, very unlucky there. So Fielding is sent off in the 37th minute, and this is the challenge. Again, as soon as I saw it, I just thought that's a straight red. You can't argue with the referee for sending him off there. That was an awful challenge. And it's only recently, you know, it's only in the last few matches that we've been starting to dive into challenges like that. And it's not just those two. We haven't had any other red cards, thankfully, but other players have started diving in a little bit more to challenges. And it's quite concerning in many ways. Right, Cooper has left finally. Woods has left. Now, was he quite good? I thought Woods was quite good. I think he signed a new contract quite recently. So I've actually started looking for another... No, you're staying. You're not for sale. I'm going to move you into the senior squad just so you don't get sold. Yeah, I've started looking for other centre-backs because I realised I did promote one of the youngsters, Victor George, here into the first team whilst Fielding was suspended. I'll do the swap back now actually. Although Boland's currently suspended for one game due to collecting too many yellow cards. So George, you'll probably get to sit on the bench. But I realised I didn't have enough centre-backs. I've got Eugen here, who can play left and right back, and also right wing back, which is quite handy. And I've also got Pamen, who can play right wing back. Actually, I think Pamen might be the most versatile player I've seen. Maybe it's not Hodner after all. Although Hodner, actually I might sit you on the bench instead. That's probably a better idea. And I might move Sangare up front instead of Walker. I've actually kept Walker up front, and he's done alright. He's scored 6 goals in 5 league matches for us so far this season. He only scored 10 in 18 last season, 24 in 29 before that. So he's on one this year. He's got a point to prove. But I thought I'd have a look to see what other centre-backs are available, because you never know. Harry Osborne, well, I don't want to turn it... We don't want the Green Goblin on our team. Let's put it that way. Yahaya, you're actually half decent. 17, so you can grow. Your tackling stats is the reason I brought you in for that. I'm going to bring you in. Even if you don't stay in the first team. 14k compensation. Yeah, 6 and 9. I'm quite happy with that. You'll be a good youth prospect. Chambers, you're too old, I'm afraid. This Chambers is also too old. He's okay, but not really worth the financial risk. Certainly not worth the risk of pissing off the board by signing in over 23. Alright, can I loan you out? Not yet. Have you not signed a professional contract yet? Okay, you only recently signed a new deal. Alright, so we've got Aldi at home in the league. No, not the league. The cup. Oh, it is the league. So we've got 2 league matches against Aldi and Ware, both at home. Good news. I actually finally got to see our 3rd kit in a match. I'll post a picture on the Discord after I've recorded this, which will probably be like a week or so before this video actually goes up, so you'll probably be wondering what the hell's that all about. But it looks awesome actually, the third kit. I was a bit worried about it because I kind of had to... What's the word? I kind of had to botch it to make it look like the 2D kit. But I'm actually really happy with how the 3D kit's turned out. Are you good? You're not really good, are you? I'll let you go, I think. I think I'll let you go. Alright, come on then. Let's play Alzi. I've been to Alzi once. Been to their stadium once for a memorial for a former Stevenage player by the name of Mitchell Cole, who he originally retired from football due to a heart issue, and he was allowed to return to football, like semi-pro football, and unfortunately it cost him his life in many ways. I wish I could remember it. I feel so bad that I can't remember the exact heart disease that he had. But every year now, members of the Stevenage fan team and supporters association, and just fans of the club in general, they hold an annual memorial tournament, which I think is still held at Alzi. This was a few years ago that I went there, and basically any team can enter. It's a knockout tournament. Winner gets a trophy, and all money raised goes towards, I think it's the British Heart Foundation and also the Mitchell Cole Foundation. I think there's a foundation in his name. I really should do my research before I say these things on video, but it's a really good cause, and it was a lot of fun. And you know, the only reason I've not been back since is because I've not been able to on the day that it's been held. I've always been busy, but that one day that I did go, it was very good. They have Stevenage players there as well, mostly supporting the tournament, not actually playing, because I think that would be a bit of an unfair advantage if you rocked up with, you know, the first team goalkeeper and all that stuff. But it's for a good cause, and it's a lot of fun. I'm just looking at this guy's stats. You got really good fitness, and you're quite fast, and you've got an awesome name, Fidel O'Rourke. How could you not like that name? That's an awesome name. Right. Victor George, rejected. I don't know whether it's a bug or an issue with putting players on the development list, because normally that means loan them out. Like director of football, head of youth, whoever's in charge, loan them out. And yet for some reason, I put a lot of my under 18s on the development list this season. And the offers come in, and then the offer is rejected because it doesn't meet the valuation of the player. Now I don't know if my head of youth, I think it's my head of youth who's in charge of it, I don't know whether they're expecting the other team to pay the wages of the player, and that's what they mean by it doesn't meet the valuation, because I'm certainly not expecting any loan fees at this level. So we end up with a lot of under 18 players who should have been loaned out but haven't been because the club who wants to loan them hasn't matched the head of youth valuation. It's, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Not sure what's going on there at all. Maybe it's just a glitch. Again, because I've got a slightly higher reputation than I should have, and I've got you know, a board that are heavy invested in youth development. Maybe I've kind of made a rod for my own back there. Sometimes I've had to manually intervene and let some of my players go out on loan. It's not the end of the world, let's be honest. Just noticed we've got Biggleswade coming up. Biggleswade United, who are currently top of the team, and also Guillaume Balaguer's old club. So I doubt they'll mention that, to be honest. It's not exactly headline news. But for me personally, to go up against a former club, in whatever capacity, there's always a little bit of extra interest there. Okay. There's Yahya, who's joined. What squad has he been put in? Under 23s. I'm going to move you straight to the academy squad. I think you'll learn best there. So per league appearance, we're paying £190 to Eastleigh. After international appearance, so if he plays one international game, we have to pay them nearly £2,000 and 15% profit. That's quite high. Come on now, game. I want to play a match. Here we go. Boland happy to stay. Good. I didn't even know he was touted to leave, actually. That would have been sad. Okay, lineup. So I'm going to go with Alexis Andre Jr. in goal. Lewis, Fielding, Pennell and Woolard Innocent across the back. Vincent and Mead in midfield. Booth, McIntosh and Cox across the front. And Walker up front. And actually I'm looking at Booth's condition. That is low. So I'm going to swap you with Jones. And McIntosh. Where's Jealous? There's Jealous. I want to bring Jealous in instead. And then I'm going to put... probably Smith on the bench. I think this is going to be my team for this game. Let's play. I'm currently keeping those 2 substitutes to make it 7 in total, just so when I do the cup games I haven't got to re-add it in all the time. Plus it makes it easier to swap because they're basically first reserve at that point. Right, good game please. Let me switch this to Key. Nice header there from Vincent. Mead is a very good ball playing midfielder, I find. He gets the ball, he always takes his time, picks out the right pass. Sometimes he still lumps it long, but not always now. He's learning, that's the main thing. And actually Cox as well, whichever mentoring group he's in, he's learning some positive traits, which is good. Ashley Smith, who I've put on the bench, Anthony Smith, who I've put on the bench, he's learning some negative traits, so I don't know what group he's in. I'll have to check that after. And address that before it becomes an issue. Alright, Vincent to Lewis. Lewis with the ball forward. Jealous to Vincent. I think the defender tackled him and that's how it got to Jealous, but there we go. Vincent to Jones. Good evasion. Great evasion. Oh! Imagine if that had gone in. What a start that would have been. Hodnett already on for Cox. What are we? Not even 20 minutes in. 16th minute that substitution happened. I need to find a way to stop that. I don't think Google would help because I'm sure I've Googled it before and it didn't yield any results. Oh, that's my Nest reply. Jamie Fielding, is that his first goal? It is his first goal. I missed it because my Google Assistant was replying to me. What was it? Vincent with the corner to the back post. Fielding headed it back across. Oh, nice. There you go. 1-0 up. The comeback begins. And I say comeback, you know, we're half a season behind. I think that's probably going to be the title of this video as well. It's half a season behind. Vincent with the free kick. Oh, I thought that might have been going in. That was a good hit. Alright, half time, 1-0. Looks like we're going to fly through this second half now. Walker's only playing a 6.3. Not good. Mead's been booked. He's only on a 6. He's dropped to a 6.3 as well. Jealous on the ball. Evades his man. Crosses it in. Ooh. There, defender there. Very lucky boy. Very, very lucky boy. Vincent with the corner. Whips it in. Oh. Who was out on the far post? That must have been Pennell. Ah, Jones. Lost it. Some of the shouts really demotivate my players. That's something I'd like to see them change for next year's game, is the effects that shouts have. Because there's only two really that are positive, and that's demand more and show some passion. All the rest either confuse the team or annoy them. And I don't think that's very realistic. If you told a player to concentrate in a match, they wouldn't get annoyed by it, they would probably start concentrating more. Or if you told them to push forward, they'd probably be excited by the fact that they can go forward and attack, rather than be annoyed that they're being told to go forward and attack. Some good head tennis there to get the ball forward. Is that a second yellow? Is that a second yellow? Yes, it is. I think it is. I think it is. Yes, it is. Second yellow. See you later, Purton. I don't even know what position you were playing. This match is probably going to end 1-0 now. Alright, Mead off. Pament on. Hodnett's moved back into midfield. Yeah, now we're going defensive. And Eugen came on as well for Walker. So that's going to be it. That's the match. Full time, 1-0. I might put it on extended highlights from now on, because we didn't really see much of that game. Youthful Alzi come unstuck. 6 unbeaten. Yeah, it's to Stalybridge, and that ended our unbeaten run. And also, the first draw that we had earlier in the season, was it Broadfields? I think it was Broadfields we drew against. That ended a 20-match winning streak, which was a new record. We did break the record, but at the same time, I'd have liked for it to have gone on for a little bit longer. You can't win them all. In terms of money, £619,000 on the right side of zero. Profit of £68,000 this season. Transfer budget of nearly £175,000. I think it was at the start of the season before I spent some of it. It's good. It's good to be at Hatfield right now. And actually, at the time of me recording this, I'm recording this on a Thursday. In the real world, Hatfield are about to unveil their new kit this weekend, so I'll probably be sharing that on my socials as well. I'm actually really excited for them. Really excited. Fans of Hatfield are anticipating the return of a former player. Gene Callender returns. I liked him. I was sad when he left. So I'm looking forward to seeing him again. Hopefully he's looking forward to seeing me again. Who knows? All my players are getting poached as well, by the way. I need to check how many of my other players have left, like youth intake, how many of those actually ended up signing for us and how many got poached by other teams. It does happen. It does happen. But I'll check that now. Youth. So Aidan Stokes left. I think we were happy with that one though. What about last season? Where's this other? No one left last season. Season before? No one left then either. So that's good. There's lots of young players here that we could potentially bring up into the first team at some point. I think that's all of them, isn't it? There's Masendo after I released him. Oh, it's harsh. It was harsh, but he put in a lot of bad matches. I don't think what I did was unrealistic. He's probably somewhere else now. Positive atmosphere. That's what I'm all about. Unless my team piss me off, in which case, atmosphere is what I'm all about. Right, where? Where is where? I hear you ask. Where is near Hertford? It's not too far from Hertford. I think it's just to the... I want to say north. Northeast-ish of Hertford, I believe. Although I think I'm talking bollocks. I think it's actually west of Hertford. I think you go through Ware between Stevenage and Hertford. I've been to Ware so many times as well. You kind of just drive there. I'm one of these people that once I know where somewhere, like how to get to somewhere, I don't really think about where it is anymore. So I just drive to Ware. I know how to get there. Just can't remember where it is geographically from Hertford. Right, Carter. you're going to be on the naughty step today. I know you'll be brought on after 10 minutes or something, but there we go. I'm going to start Singari up front instead of Walker. I'm going to keep Booth on the bench. I'm quite happy with this lineup. There's no one else. Oh, Sadie. Actually, I'm going to put Sadie on the bench instead of Booth. Yeah. Let's do it. I didn't change Singari's position to advance. Oh, never mind. I've done worse things in life. Let's play. So if we win this game, we could go as high as 5th, providing results go our way. Let's switch highlights to extended. Good cross from Jones. Lead on the follow-up to Willard Innocent. Ball forward. Cox didn't win the header, but he has picked up the loose ball. Swings it in. Mead has scored for us as well, by the way. I should have mentioned that. Again, I can't remember if it was the league or the cup, but he has scored a goal for us. Scored a couple of times in pre-season as well. I don't think he's quite developed as rapidly as I'd like. I think the training ground is a reason for that. Oh, Sangare, unlucky. Oh, he was offside anyway. So I have asked the board to upgrade the training facilities at the end of the season, to which they've agreed. So I'm happy with them doing that. But yeah, I think there's several factors involved in developing a player. There's good coaches, good training facilities, regular match time, and them having the right attitude as well. So they have personality traits, and if they have things like lazy or unprofessional, I think is one of them. Basically, if they miss training or if they're seen falling out of a nightclub the night before a match, they're not going to do very well. But if they've got like determined or model professional, things like that, then you've got a good player in your hands. Same with staff too. Staff have those traits. And actually the head of youth development is the one responsible for instilling those traits on your youth players. So if you've got a head of youth who's lazy, then you'll have a crop of young players coming through who are also lazy. Whereas if you have a good head of youth with good personality traits, then, I mean, it's not 100% certain, but there's more of a chance that your youth intake will have the same traits. So getting the training ground improved is one of the priorities for me this season. And maybe upgrading the head of youth development as well. But I'm in no rush to do that right now. I found a really good director of football though, who I've got on my staff shortlist, who I could potentially bring in the next year or so. And I feel bad for dropping Guillaume, but maybe having a technical director and shift him over to that or something. I don't know. Where are we at? So we're coming up to the 20th minute. Lewis has already been booked. Hodnett has already come on as a sub for Cox. Vincent is on this free kick. Ooh, unlucky. And it's still goalless. What are the stats? We've had 5 shots, 2 on target. They've had 1 shot nowhere near the goal. Dominating possession as well. So it's only a matter of time. There it is. Just as I say that. Faizu Sangare with his first goal for the club. And it's his debut as well. Brucey bonus. That's a great header. We're bringing in a lot of good headers of the ball. Very nice header. And he's not offside. Get over it. Keeper had no chance. We're currently up to 6th. Oxy Jets are ahead of us on goal difference only, but they've played an extra match. Right, Mead to Vincent. Great pass. Oh, Jones coming in. Was that a clear-cut chance? Yes, it was. Boland here to Willard Innocent. Into Mead. Look at that. Finds his man. Turn, pass. Great through ball there from Vincent. I really like Vincent. I think Vincent and Mead is actually a very good midfield partnership. I'm surprised Carter hasn't been brought on yet, actually. Mead on the ball. Just holds it up. Oh, that's beautiful as well. Oh, Sangare, unlucky. Vincent with these slide rule passes. It's insane. He's good on set pieces as well. Just as I say that, he does probably the worst corner in the history of football. Look at this though. Finds Mead. Holds onto it really nicely. Back to Vincent. First time ball through. It's like watching Barcelona. It's legitimately like watching Barcelona. Nice bit of skill from Mead. Crosses it in. Sangare's header. Oh, again we're close. He could have had a hat-trick by now. Was it a nutmeg? I think it was. A nice little floated cross. Damn. 10 shots, 4 on target. I'd like a second goal though. Vincent's corner. There it is. Offside. Unlucky. Good header from Bolland back across goal though. Bolland? No, Boland. I think it's Boland. Was he offside? Red line is us. So I'm guessing he was offside. They're not always accurate though. Again, believe it or not, I actually like this feature, but some people don't. The referees and linesmen in this game are programmed to make mistakes every so often. It happens less in the Premier League with VAR. Oh, good save. Good save. But in the lower levels especially, referees do make mistakes. And people think it's a bug with the game, but it's not. It's actually the game working as intended. Sometimes if you ask for realism in a game, you can't then complain when there's realism in that game. 1-0 half time. We need to have a good second half now. We are up to 5th. Oxy Jets have dropped again, so they conceded an equaliser. Any subs? Not yet. Andre Jr. rolls it out to Fielding, back to the keeper. Don't mess around with it. Just keep it moving. Left back's on. Or you could do that. Oh, he did win it. Fair play. Into Mead. Great ball out wide to Jones. Good first touch. Great skill there as well. Edge of the box. Crosses it in. Oh, Jealous with the volley. Keeper, that is a great save from their goalkeeper there. That's a fantastic save. Vincent with the corner. Bit low, that one. Jealous does pick it up though. Wins the free kick in a good area. Vincent licking his lips at the prospect. Let's get a replay of this chance again. Look at this from Jones. Stands up his man. Thinks it past him. I think Sangare might have got in Jealous's way a little bit there. That's why it was down the middle. Taking nothing away from the goalkeeper's save though. That was quality. Alright, ball lofted forward. Great header from Vincent. Finds Mead. Couldn't hold on to it. Was a pretty tricky area to control it in, to be fair. Jones has lost his man. Gets a good block in there though. Needed to follow it up. Didn't. Some good defending there though to win it back. Sangare now on the ball. He's got space to run into. How fast is he? We know he's not the fastest. Good crossing position. Gets it in. Jealous, whose shot was well blocked. I think he could have passed it one more time. Into the channel. Bloody hell, that was a poor pass from their guy. Come on, 1-0 wins just aren't doing it for me right now. Boland is injured. Perfect. So, I'm going to move Hodnett into centre-back. Not ideal, but he's the only centre-back we've got right now. And Pament coming on for Boland. Do I bring Carter on now? Jealous is having a good game. Vincent's having a good game. Mead is only playing okay. But I don't really want to upset the balance of that midfield. Actually, you know what I could do? Undo, undo. Undo all of this. I'm going to move Mead back into centre back. And I'm going to bring Carter on for Boland. You're going to play as more of a Mazzella, set to attack. Let's try this. You are just an outright winger at this point. Let's play football. Might as well experiment a little bit with tactics this season. Yellow card for their guy. Vincent on the free kick. Ooh. Well held keeper. I've got to stop going ooh every time. Every time there's a chance. I need to learn to make more noises. Mead, good clearance. What's his rating at the moment? 6.9? 6.8. Okay, Vincent gave away the penalty. Not good, Vincent. Not good, Francis. Save it, keeper. Oh, he went the right way as well. Liam Hope. It's a good penalty. It's a good penalty. Right in the corner. Unless you've got one of those extendable arms, you weren't going to do much about that one. Should I look at making another substitution? Excuse me. I think I will. I want to bring Sadie on, but I don't want to bring Hodner off because he came on as a sub. So I might bring Sadie on for Jones. And I'll do team instructions in a minute. Maybe tell them to go a bit more direct. Nice play. Jealous finds Jones. A bit isolated out wide. It's a nice cross though. No one on the back post. Hodner is just backpedaling for some reason. That should have been his. That's Mead's ball all day long. That was a nice ball. Some nice play here. Carter on it. Carter on it. Oh my days, what is that? Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Right, team instructions. I'm going to go mixed crosses. Hit them early. Bit more direct. Much higher tempo. Let's go wide. More expressive. Why have we gone disciplined? And then in transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly. Let's go to the flanks. Throw it out. And then out of possession, I want really high lines. And extremely urgent, we use tighter marking and we use the offside trap. It's very rarely will a team get in behind us. Well on there, Vincent. Jealous couldn't hold on, but he has won it back. I think Vincent got in his way there slightly. Sadie dodging challenges left, right and centre. Penalty? Penalty. Yes! Right, who's taking? Carter. He is a good penalty taker. Allegedly. There we go. Back in the lead. There's his first goal for us as well. Charlie Carter. Good play, Sadie. Very good play. Why are Vincent and Sadie doing old man dances there when that went in? Don't know what that's all about. Right, Lewis on the ball. To Fielding. Lumps it forward. Sangare with a great touch to bring it under control. Forces a corner. That was a good chance, that. Vincent now with the opportunity to swing it in again. Headed clear. Back to Sadie. Finds Vincent. He's got a good shooting opportunity here. Oh, he went for the curler. I think raw power was the better option there. Just blast it past the keeper. Oh, I thought he was on his own at the back post then. Who even was that? Sadie offside. Sadie offside. This was a good opportunity. I think he should have just aimed for the far post and absolutely leathered it. I've just seen the stats. 23 shots, 10 on target. Bloody hell. Go on, Vincent. Oh, it's just not happening for him today, is it? And even that doesn't go out for a corner. It's only a throw. Lewis is offside. He must have had a nosebleed being that high up the pitch. Look at the attendance as well. 148 fans. 98 of which are home fans. Doing alright. We are doing alright. Alright, Vincent with the ball in. Oh, nice. Onside? Onside. Jealous with the goal. That was a very brave free kick. First senior goal. That can't be right. How could it be his second goal but his first senior goal? That was a very brave free kick from Vincent though, playing it in that deep. But you buy a ticket, you win the lottery, as the old saying goes. Sadie there causing some problems. Nice pass forward though. Lewis, no danger there. Should we go for another goal? Not really enough time. Oh, that's nice of them to give me the ball back there. That's yours all day long, Lewis. Round the corner to Sadie, that's it. Nicely done. Loft it forward. Bit optimistic, that pass. Although it's not over yet. Carter on the ball. Is he going to have a shot? He is. Bloody hell. I thought that was going in then. It should be full time. Vincent with the corner. Must be our 10th corner. We've had loads of corners. Go on, Willard. Ah. I think he took too long thinking about it there. There we go, full time. Good result though. 3-1, good result. Shame about the penalty. We did well to come back into it. Vincent won man of the match. He got a 9 match rating. Mead, playing in 2 positions. Didn't actually see what he got there. Find out in a second. Boland, 5 to 6 weeks with sprained ankle ligaments. So that new centre back is probably going to be in the team now. There's Sangare. Vincent. Nah, you only got an assist, mate. I'm not going to congratulate you for that. That's literally what the team for. Right, so we've got Harpenden away. Then we've got Biggleswade at home. Wonder why there's a gap. That must have been when the cup match was supposed to be played. Just looking at the time as well. This video is going to be about an hour and a half. You'll know how long this is, of course, by the time you're watching it. So I think we can squeeze in 2 more games. There he is. Just trying to find you then. Right, I'm going to move you up into the senior squad. And then I'm going to make you available the academy squad. 90 minutes. Yeah, good. Right, so you're going to move straight in to replace Boland. Which I'm sure is a bit of a kick in the teeth for players like Pennell. But there we go. And any other changes? I don't think so. I his team now is oh, Carter. Sort of jealous again. I'm gonna have you as a shadow striker as well. Yeah, just to give a bit more support to Sangari, who I'm also going to move to advanced forward. Have you hold, get further forward. Quite happy with that. Alrighty. Onwards. On to Harpenden. Harpenden's quite a nice town. Kind of the posher area of Hertfordshire. If you tell someone you're from Harpenden or you live in Harpenden, you always get like a raised eyebrow. Like, oh, very nice. Mind you, I've known some people from Harpenden who are not posh at all. So they won Wara, Pennell, Carter and Hodnett in midfield, Sadie, Jealous, Vincent. My assistant's high. None of those players are in their right positions for me, personally. So they're vulnerable to facing 4-4-2. They almost never take short corners, failing to do so even once from 14 potential situations. 4 out of 9 corners from the right have been delivered to the middle of the penalty area. They're particularly dangerous for set pieces from the middle of the pitch, converting 2 times from 7 attempts, and just 2 of their 9 corners from the right have been delivered to the near post. So we really want to be defending sort of the middle to back of the box. They drew 4 all in their last game. That was against Oxy Jets. So they did us a favour in the last match, actually. Right, yeah, more of our youth players leaving. Ted Bircham this time. You were nowhere near my first team though, were you? No. Scored 2 goals in 4 games for the academy though. The academy won the cup again last season, by the way, the Greg Cup. We have a good academy team. Forward to bringing them through. Can't bring them all through in one go though. This isn't Man United in '92. Alright, match day. Harpin. Let's do this. I might make this the last game actually. And I can get on and play some more matches off camera. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this series. I think this is the longest Football Manager series I've done for a couple of years now. We're already in 3rd season. Abdi Sharif, I remember you. Yes, you're way too good for me. So Smith moved to the academy and Putu also moved to the academy. Yeah, I'm going to do those. Cox eligible for a professional contract. Yes, please. It says he's way off first team level, but he's started pretty much every game for us so far this season. You can forget about yearly wage rise. Promotion wage rise, I think I'm okay with 30% as well. You're only on 45 quid a week. Loyalty bonus and your wage goes up by £10 after 15 games. I'm happy with that. Carter, to bring him in, I broke the bank a little bit. I've promised him lots of bonuses, competitions. I think we're paying him like £375 a week. In fact, I'll show you. I made sure we could still afford it though. £375 a week, so he earns £300 a week after tax. He has a loyalty bonus, remaining loyalty bonus of £10,250. His wages go up to £425 a week after 30 games. If he scores 10 goals for us, he gets £3,700. He has a sell-on percentage of 10%, so if we sell him on, he gets 10% of the money. Although 10% of 0 is 0, so that's normally what players leave for in this level. He has a match highest earner clause, so if we bring someone else in on £450 a week, Carter's wages will automatically adjust to be the same. He has a £190 appearance fee, £190 goal bonus, so he got paid quite a lot of money last game for coming off the bench and for scoring. Unused substitute fee also of £190. He gets £3,700 each for winning the FA Vase, the Spartan South Midlands League Challenge Trophy and the Spartan South Midlands League Premier Division Cup. We're already out of the Vase, So that ain't happening now. But the others, potential. And we're earning, at the moment, we're earning about £2,000 per cup game. So we can afford it. That's the thing, we can afford it. And he's the only player, really, who we're breaking the bank with. And he's an ex-Football League player. So I'd say worth it. He's also at the prime of his career right now. And he's chosen to spend it with us. So, I mean, let's be honest. In real life, it wouldn't be because of the money. But in the game, he's joined us for the money. Alright, 3 fouls already? We're only 10 minutes in. Calm down. Fielding's been booked. Bloody hell. Right, Cox on the free kick. He also plays it deep. Oh, that could have, on another day, troubled the goalkeeper. Cox again. Cox still. Again with a sort of deepish cross. Mead picks it up. Finds Jones, back to Mead. Holds on to it well. Uses his strength. Vincent to Jones. Out to Carter. Back to Vincent. Good save. That was a very well worked move. Pretty much every midfielder touched the ball during that move. Sadie already on for Cox. How long did he last? 15 minutes? So he should get a stat boost from that. Vincent with the corner. Sangare there with the backwards header. Look at this. The arrogance of the man. I thought he was Chicharito for a second. Keeper held it. He was like, no son, not today. Mead's been booked. 3rd card of the season. He's 2 away from a suspension. Carter's looking anxious. Why are you looking anxious? Okay, it's 30 minutes. We haven't scored yet, but we're still dominating. Willard Innocent getting booked as well. Hodnett's come on for Mead. He was only on a 6.4. Not great. Lewis with the throw to Carter. Back to Lewis. Not a great cross on his swinger. Sangare to Sadie. Keeper flapping all over the place. Have there really only been 2 goals? Mind you, I don't know how many matches there are on this day. There might only be 3 matches. Also just realised this isn't a league game, this is a cup game. Alright, Andre Jr., that's a nice kick. Finds Jones. Look at the pace of the man. Look at the pace of the man. Gets the byline, pulls it back. Sangare with the volley after the deflection of the defender. 45th plus 2 minute. So we're into 2 minutes of injury time. And this happens. Sangare is actually struggling to keep up with Jones here. So it's good that Jones pulled it back. And the defender did us a massive favour there as well. 1-0 up though. I'll take it. Half time. Second half. Let's do this. I thought that guy's name was Filth then. No, it's Firth. Nothing interesting happening. How's the new boy doing? Yahya, 6.8. It's pretty decent. Uneventful. I think that's the best kind of debut for a defender. Uneventful. You don't want to be giving away penalties or anything like that. No more subs on the pitch yet. Willard Innocent, that's a great first time control. Yahaya, that's a nice tidy pass as well to find Sadie. That was a wasted ball forward from Hodnett. I think the best way to describe Hodnett is jack of all trades, master of none. Like, midfield is his best position, but I don't think he's a good midfielder, which is why I've not really started him in many matches. I still think Mead's got better potential. I'm a bit concerned that Mead's not developing as well as I'd have liked. I'll have to have a look at his personality traits. I might see if I can get one of the senior members of the squad to tutor him as well. That's something I'm going to look at after this game, actually. Players like Pamen. I'll see if I can get him to tutor Cox. Alright, Sadie on the ball. Finds Vincent. Nice ball forward to Jones. Heads it back to Carter. Good first touch. Oh, what a goal. What a team goal that was. Well, that's 380 quid down the drain again on Carter. Plus his wages. Starts and scores. Look at this though. Vincent, that is a nice pass. But look at this header from Jones. The awareness to know that Carter is there. That is a beautiful finish. Nice little daisy cutter. Top notch. Carter has indeed bossed the midfield. 8.3. Pamen is now on for Sangare. Sadie's moved up front. Now we're going ultra defensive. Sadie's playing centre back for some reason. Oh, it's best not to question things at this stage. Good block. Game's pretty much over now. 2-0, 93rd minute. Even if they score, they're not getting two. I'm not sure if that was a pass back or not right there. I'm pretty sure the defender touched it back towards the keeper. I think you're only allowed to head it or chest it back. You're not allowed to like pass it with your foot. Not intentionally anyway. Callum Jones they're giving credit to. What's his rating? 7.2. Not the greatest. Vincent played better than him. So did Sangare. Carter, man of the match. He was immense. Very good. Very, very good performance from him. Yahaya also did very well. Again, I'm not going to congratulate you just for doing your job. That's ridiculous. Alrighty. So we're pretty much at the end of the video now. Before we end though, I am going to do a little bit of tutoring and I'm going to have a look at the mentoring groups as well. Just to see if there's any additions that we can make there. I'll tell you a little bit more about personality traits and how they work too, and how they can be passed from one player to the next. Go on game. Save nice and quick. Save nice and quick. Just gotta wait for it to simulate this. So there's the cup draw coming up, so we'll find out who we've got next. Right. So we got... It says Mead didn't play very well. He was our worst player. I think that's harsh. His stats are declining. Criticise his last game. Okay, he's working on it. Fair play. What can I get him to focus on? Ah, he's not. Yeah, he's not focusing on passing. Let's get you to work on that. All of his stats really are declining already. Which is concerning. His position role duty he's not that used to yet. He'll get there. He'll get there. People coming in for my players. At the end of the season, I think I'll work on this. Right, so training first and foremost. We'll go to mentoring. I just do the hit the assistant button here because it helps me out. So Mead, for example, is in this group here. I think Webb is the senior player. I think the top player is the senior player, the influential one. So like Carter here, he's in amongst the midfielders. It tends to be organised by position as well. So you see Walker, Sangare, Booth, all strikers. Hodnett is there as well for some reason. Vincent Herbert, Sadie Gillespie, Pament, Jealous, Murray, Jones. Although I'd quite like to add Cox to this. Where is Cox? Oh, he's in that group. Actually, putting you with Carter isn't the worst thing. But this is the thing. But personality here. So you've got temperamental for Omukoto, which is not the greatest. But as long as the personality trait of the senior player is positive, so in this case, down here, Francis Vincent, he's fairly determined. So that should make the players beneath him also quite determined. Gillespie's jovial. Don't really know what that means. Unambitious as well, that's quite negative. So that's Cox. In fact, that's not good. Low determination as well from McCrory. Fairly sporting for Yahaya. Again, make of that what you will. So, right, Pament. I want to interact with you. I think I can recommend him for a possible future staff role. Okay, so I can't get him to do tutoring. But I might do this. I'd like to keep him around. Nice. So we might be bringing Pament in as a... Actually, how good are you as a scout before I... Can I even find out now? I think it might still be too early. He's a good winger. So he's actually a right winger now. I might play him on right midfield from now on then. Let's have a look at that. I might do this. Cox and Pament on the wings. And then have Sadie, Jones, Jealous, Hodnett, and Eugen on the bench. And then George and Booth when we go to the extended. I like this. Who else have we got that's old? Sounds really bad when you say it like that, but there's a reason behind it. Age. So I think Pament is our oldest player. He's 31. Carter's 24. Yeah, so we can recommend a signing. Anyone else? I think that's it in terms of age. So that's a shame I couldn't do the tutoring. I don't even know if tutoring is still in the game or whether it's been replaced by mentoring. I'll have a look at this as well while I'm here. So edit coach assignments. This is one of the reasons why our players aren't developing very well. Look at that. That's awful. We need more coaches. So I also want to improve the youth facilities. We're not broke. Why do you keep implying we're broke? My board are stubborn as hell. For sure. Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything else I can do there. Coaching course, maybe? I don't even know if that was accepted or not. But that, I think, will do for this video. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Let me go back to the homepage so we can see where we're at. So we're probably going to win the league again. It might be a bit of a slog this time. We've got a lot of matches to make up, though, so that's going to be a big help. And then in the Cup... Oh, we are still in the FA Vars. Yeah, it's the FA Cup we got knocked out, wasn't it? So you never know. We might be winning 4 trophies this season. Who knows? But yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you're enjoying the series, if you're on Twitch, be sure to hit the follow button. You can hit the subscribe button as well if you like. That is very much appreciated. If you're on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an upload. You can also hit the bell notification as well so you get notified immediately when a video goes live. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Instagram. I don't really use Instagram that much, but I do have one. And join the M4J Discord. It's the best place to go to chat about all things M4J and all things game related. There's lots of chat. There's pretty much a chat for every game I play, as well as a main hub for any sort of random stuff. And it's a very nice and welcoming community, so do feel free to join that as well. And besides that, drop some comments down below with ideas for tactics, transfers, staff additions, anything like that. I'm going to have a look at new coaching, I think, between now and next time. I think it's time I upgraded the coaching team a bit. Yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.